Ask Reddit.
What is the worst secret your significant other is keeping from you, but that you actually know? The first time my so and I slept together, I woke up during the night to use the bathroom. I came back in the room and she farted one of the loudest farts I've ever heard. I started laughing like crazy and she almost woke up. Almost. We've been together for 7 years.
I subscribe to the theory that if everyone found farts at least half as funny as I do, there would be a world peace.
I couldn't agree more. A girl I dated a few years back had just graduated with her bachelor's, so I took her out for a night on the town. Her and our friends got absolutely demolished, and since this was before Uber, I volunteered to be DD. So around 2 a.m. she's tanked, we head out, and she wants Crystal burgers. Very adamant about that, so I stop by Crystal's and order a steamer pack so I can have some too, and then have leftovers. She eats somewhere around 8, I get her home, get her into her bed, and she immediately passes out. I am sitting next to her watching some TV when I smell something. I notice that she has just shit herself. She is one of those people who would be so ashamed of herself if anyone found out, so I just left. I called her the next day and told her I dropped her off, got her some water and headed home. Never mentioned her shitting herself or anything, so to this day she thinks she did it in her sleep after I left. I could have stayed and helped her clean it up, and I probably should have. But she would have cried over that and avoided me sporadically for weeks. Leaving was the right move. The old pretend you never saw it deal. It's a lot better than dealing with people's emotions. My wife dropped my iPhone in a porta-potty toilet. Luckily it has been so used there was a large pile of shit which gently held the phone above the liquid. She cleaned it off and gave it back to me. A year later I upgraded and gave her my old phone. She insisted on purchasing a new cover, even though I had a high-end OtterBox. I never understood why until one of the kids told on her.
That's fucked up. My ex peed the bed. He didn't know that I knew. Edit. He had told me about it at one point after I had suspected it for a while, but subsequently he forgot ever telling me. Blamed it all on the cat. Also, this was back in high school, so I don't know much about the condition.
My ex made up a person and spoke to me as them. We met when we were quite young and were both pretty weird. I put it down to insecurity and wanting to look like she had cool friends. I was a little older. I never let on that I knew because it would have been super embarrassing for her, and this was literally the start of the relationship. She made up quite a few stories about this guy, and I got a few emails from him. She didn't realize that changing the name of the account didn't actually change the address, which was fully visible. My ex and the cheating. She thinks I found out when I looked at her phone, but I knew about 2 months earlier when she sent me a pic of herself watching Netflix in bed. I don't think she realized that the dude's face was 100% visible reflected in the laptop. After that it was a matter of me being in denial and trying to fix things. Wow. What a fucking idiot. Like, why send a pic with him in the room? Goddamn. Wow, what a fucking idiot. Like, why stay with a bitch cheating on you for 2 more months?
He lied about his last name, age, degree, being in the military and being a sex offender. I only figured out the lie about the degree and broke it off. Then started stalking me and I figured put everything else. I don't know if he figured out that I know everything else. We live in a relatively small town and a girl was about to meet up with him. I warned her. He is still lying about his age. You're not 29, Charlie. You're 42. And fuck you.
She smokes when I'm not home. I know this because I always move the router to the window where the signal's best. When I come home the router is in a different position away from the window. I put it back without her knowing and call her out for smoking. She has no idea how I keep finding out. Why does she move the router? The window opens inwards, not outwards. The router on the shelf blocks the window from opening, so she has to move it to the side to open the window. Everybody likes snacks, right? Some of us like chips, others like fruit or yogurt. Well, my wife likes croutons. Frozen croutons to be exact, and she tries to hide it like an alcoholic hides bottles of vodka. Where does she hide the croutons? In the freezer. At first I'd put them in the pantry when we get home from the grocery store, but they'd always end up in the freezer. I'd be like, hon, what's up with the croutons in the freezer? And she'd act like she had no idea what I was talking about. Now here's the thing, I've tried them, and now I'm addicted to them too. So now I openly eat cold croutons out of the freezer as a snack, and she tells me what a weirdo I am, while she eats half the bag with me. No idea why she's embarrassed to admit what a genius she is for discovering such an awesome snack. BTW, the best kind is Chatham Village garlic and cheese flavor.
I just read this to my husband. He immediately got up and put a bag of croutons in the freezer. We're trying it tomorrow. Update. Sorry it took so long, but it makes them crunchier, which we like. Not bad at all. Much better than the cat food Tina Belcher told us to try.
That's a repost. You copied the whole comment, you sad bastard. Sadly, I don't know how to link on my mobile, but the original post is from Rico Porter. He posted it 3 years ago. Goddamn, you're right. Perhaps it's their old account though? Source from 3 years ago. Nah, Chatham Village marketing is just on fucking point. I know she looks at my Reddit.
Maybe. I know my boyfriend's username and I checked it out once or twice, but it was all dude, and thanks me too. I forgot his username because it's been so long since I looked at it. Edit. Apparently he looks at my Reddit and it's me too, thanks.
You date a meme lord?
Yeah. That's his dark secret that he knows I know.
Dank secret. You lucky fucking bastard dating a meme world. Her Caesar salad dressing. It's actually the best thing ever, but even after 2 years she refuses to tell me what's in it. What she doesn't know is that I have secretly been watching her make it over the past few months. I have finally pieced it together, and now I have the power at it. Everyone wants the secret recipe. But she has read it, and I prefer life.
He claims he doesn't love the new cat his parents adopted. Claims she always just sleeps in his room for some reason. Motherfucker loves that cat so much. That's adorable. My dad was the same with my childhood cat. In everyone's eyes he hated that cat because it would always meow at his door to get let outside and then meow at his window to get let in the early morning. Secretly, after a bad day, he would grab that cat, snuggle it like his life depended on it. Ironically, my dad ran over the cat by accident. Dad also passed away shortly after. I like to picture them hanging out having a beer watching everyone.
Yup. My friend walked in on me beating it when I was about 14, i.e. worst age possible, walked straight back out, and we both completely pretended it never happened. I was grateful he handled it that way. Edit. I was fine with my top comment being a picture of my girlfriend, but now it's been replaced by 2 sentences about my adolescent jerk-off adventures. I'm not sure how I feel anymore. I caught my brother once and was closing the door saying sorry, and he was just like, no, it's over now, I can't finish like this. So I awkwardly still came into our room and played Counter-Strike 1.5 probably. PS we two have never talked about this. Though now that I remembered it, I may have bring it up someday. I woke up in the middle of the night to my GF giving me a handy while I had been asleep. I pretended to stay asleep through it, and she never said anything to me about it since. Was that some crazy Cosmo test to see if I'd say someone's name in my sleep or something? My GF hates when I oversleep on a regular basis, so she plays with my cock when I'm supposed to wake up. Joke's on her, I still oversleep every time. Sometimes I'll forget to text her when I get home late at night, and maybe my phone is dead in the morning, or I forgot to respond to her good morning text. Anyways, the next day she'll surprise me by showing up to my door and bringing me food, or wanting some spontaneous sexy time. She really just worried that I died in a car accident or got kidnapped on the way home. But I'll never tell her I see through it because it's cute, and I really enjoy the surprise blowjobs and Philly cheesesteaks at noon on Sunday. Edit. She doesn't think I'm cheating on her, she sends me multiple texts letting me know she's coming over that I just don't see or respond to. She doesn't show any other suspicious behavior, never checks my phone, etc. A few years ago her boyfriend was killed in a car accident driving home, so she's understandably worried. I just love the look on her face when I open the door, and she's relieved I'm there. Sounds like my mother. Not the blowjobs and Philly cheesesteaks but the whole if you don't respond within 5 minutes you've died in a car crash thing. Thanks for the BJ clarification.